What you just saw there was the iconic view of the Golden Gate Bridge from the shores of San Francisco. This bridge was built between 1933 and 1937 and stretches from San Francisco Bay to the beginning of Marin County. My name is Louis Binford, and I find this site very interesting through the theory of processualism and new archaeology because of its connection to the environment around it. For those of you who may not be familiar with processualism, it can be defined as a theory of archaeology that centers data, asks why and how, considers systems and subsystems, numbers, and what the environment can tell us about a site. In my opinion, I think it is important to center scientific methods in archaeology instead of going off how one might feel and guess. This is because hard factual evidence provides validity to what we study. My name is Professor Ian Hodder, and I think your theory is folly, sir, because it generalizes culture and leaves out the most important part of archaeological findings, which are people. Where is the talk about what people thought and how they interacted with the bridge, who had access to the bridge, and so on and so forth? Ah, yes, my biggest hater has arrived. Well, Mr. Hodder, as I was saying, the Golden Gate Bridge is a part of a larger environmental system, and this bridge was an obvious need. San Francisco Bay formed a large barrier to highway traffic in the greater San Francisco area, and the entrance from the sea, known as the Golden Gate, separated the growing city in the south from the popular and recreational area in the north known as Marin County. The Golden Gate Bridge itself acts as a system to transport individuals from one place to another. There is a toll for travelers coming into San Francisco, which has been around since its opening in 1937. Another point that is important to note are some of the measurements of the bridge. The center span from tower to tower is 4,200 feet long. It was the longest ever attempted for that time period. The side spans are each 1,125 feet long. The roadways are about 250 feet above the choppy waters of the bay. The width of the bridge is 90 feet long, and the total weight of the bridge, including everything that makes up in it, around it, and on it, is 419,800 tons. This is quite the modern marvel in engineering, and it is no surprise that it has become the iconic centerpiece for San Francisco. Prior to the bridge, the system of transportation preferred by San Franciscans to get to Marin County were ferries. In 1850, this was a very popular way to travel. The idea is an example of an extrasomatic adaptation. This adaptation helps people decrease stress from the environment. This evolution of the form of transportation from San Francisco to Marin County was to make it safer and more convenient for people to travel. This is why the Golden Gate Bridge was created. Joseph Strauss, who was the engineer who had the initial design for the bridge, had responded to a newspaper proposal from James Wilkin, and it was largely designed by Charles Ellis. There was also no way to grow the city, and the rate of population was slow because the ferry was the only transportation system in 1850. The people of San Francisco lobbied for the bridge to be built. Another important point to note is that the mid-1800s saw the rise of population in San Francisco due to the boom in the gold rush. In 1916, James Wilkins proposed the idea for the bridge in the SF Bulletin. It was met with some opposition due to the memory of the 1906 earthquake still being fresh in the minds of the San Franciscans. However, the need for a new form of transportation for socio-economic reasons overtook that fear, and the bridge itself is considered a tectonic artifact of 1933. Over the years, the bridge has undergone some changes and replacements. The bridge deck was changed out because of the fog and salt from the Pacific Ocean causing corrosion. From 1982 to 1986, the original bridge deck was replaced with a stronger steel. They also widened the roadway by 2 feet due to population growth. In 1951, there was a windstorm, and they closed the bridge because it was swaying back and forth. There was construction on it later on to add bracing so the swaying would never occur again. The Golden Gate Bridge is a massive tourist attraction and pulls in a lot of economic revenue for the city. When it was first constructed, San Francisco's residents created a diner to pull in more people, and today this diner still exists. It now sells snacks and souvenirs, which contributes to our economy here in San Francisco.